Well, you heard him talk at the beginning about Epenesa, the D lineman who's a 5-star. He was recruited and offered by Alabama, Florida, Notre Dame, USC, Michigan.
No interest. No interest in any of those places.
How come? Why is he so good?
Well, first of all, I think it's important. He's a legacy guy. You know, his dad played there, so that was the end. But then, all of a sudden, Kirk Ferentz and his staff still had to close the deal. But he's an outstanding edge rusher. Physically, you know, 6'5", 260. Does a great job with his hands, bending the corner. You know, there's really nobody that could block him at the high school level. But I think the other thing that's important when you understand what type of athlete that he is, he's a great basketball player. He moves well on the basketball court.
Mark Kallenberger, 6'5", 240, great frame. I think he's got great upside, great potential. You know, like a lot of high school guys, he needs some work on pass pro, but again, watch him sustain. We've seen this all day. That's why these guys are recruited. That's what separates them from most offensive line players in high school football. There's another one. He's a guy that is powerful, looks like an Iowa offensive line. He'll be a great fit for him.
Ivory Kelly Martin, he talked about addressing a need out on the edge to be able to make plays. This young man can get that done. You know, 5'11", probably about 200 pounds, really physically it's put together. And you see the plays that he's able to make. He can run out of the eye. He can run out of spread. I think he's also a guy that ultimately you can put into a slot position to be able to make some plays at that spot as well. I think he's going to bring a lot of speed and athleticism to that running back group that has already been really athletic.
Howard, speaking of athleticism and slot ability, Max Cooper is an interesting receiver. They flipped him from Central Michigan late in the process. You see their great ball skills, had an outstanding senior season where he had over 1,000 yards and 17 touchdowns, helped his team win a state title up in Wisconsin. 4'5" guy that can make some plays after the catch. I think he's an ideal slot for them. They have some other receivers coming in. Henry Marchese, a bigger outside receiver, and then you're going to be able to put a guy like Max Cooper in the slot. But this kid caught everything thrown his way in high school.
When you look at the Iowa recruiting map, you quickly notice that they indeed do pretty well in state, getting 6 guys from there, but they like the South with Texas and Florida, getting a couple of guys from each of those states. And in Texas, that includes their top QB recruit, Peyton Mansell, who's a dual threat guy. They used to have a few guys committed from the state of Texas, but a couple of them decommitted. Mansell decided to stay around. And the guy you were talking about, Alan, there, Max Cooper from Wisconsin, he also, besides being a very talented football player, won the state title in lacrosse in high school, won the state title in the 4x100 relay in track, and was a point guard on the high school basketball team as well.